Hello and welcome to GGSP. I'm Jem.
And I'm Rad. Today on the show, we review the latest life sim where you farm, build, and grow in Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olivetown. Plus, a not-so-scientific look at a different subspecies of gamer in Gamers in the Wild.
Okay, Rad, I've waited long enough. I'm gonna press the mystery button. I think I set off an alarm!
No kidding!
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, let's not touch that again. Yet. We'll totally figure something out. So, Jem, have you been playing anything interesting this week?
No.
Okay, well, how about some gaming news?
No.
Are you okay?
No!
Is this because I ate your sandwich last week? It was an honest mistake. I was sleep eating.
No, it's just because I've been playing a lot of Say No More on PC.
Oh, yeah.
What about my sandwich?
You know what? If I keep you any longer, you'll be late. I hope your first day of work goes really well.
If you have trouble saying no to people, well, this probably won't help you, but my gosh, is it funny. You play as an intern who has to learn to say no to people getting in their way as they try to get their stolen lunchbox back from their corporate overlords. It's a lot of silly, loud fun, shouting different kinds of no's at unsuspecting colleagues. And hey, if nothing else, it's good practice for dealing with sneaky sandwich eaters in the future.
Well, speaking of saying no, I saw that Mojang has said no to releasing Minecraft's Big Cliffs and Caves update as originally planned. Mojang has said they need some more time to polish features because of how much the update is changing how worlds are generated. And of course, they want to avoid overworking their team, especially as they're still dealing with the challenges of working remotely. So they're going to be splitting Caves and Cliffs into two separate updates, with one part focusing on new mobs and blocks coming out in our winter, and the second part with the new world generation stuff towards the end of the year.
Well, moving on from Minecraft to Mind Pong, did you see the story, Rad, about a monkey that can play Pong using just its mind?
No? What? Is Lord Pongos training an army of monkey mind Pong players to take over the world?
I don't think so. It's part of a technology made by a company called Neuralink that can be implanted into a brain that basically connects brains to a computer. They first trained a monkey called Pager to play Pong using a joystick and rewarded him with delicious banana smoothie when he played well. Then they measured the signals the brain used with the joystick, took the joystick away, and Pager could play just by thinking. It sounds a bit creepy sci-fi, but the goal is to hopefully help people who may have mobility issues to better interact with computers.
You know, he looks better at Pong than I am, and I don't know whether to be impressed or scared. But any tech that can potentially help people is really exciting.
Okay, that's enough monkey business, you two. It's time for the review! Cue the thing!
Jem, let me tell you a story.
Yes, please. I love stories.
Okay, it goes like this. Summer, autumn, winter, spring.
I don't get it.
It's a story of seasons! Seasons, Pioneers of Olivetown is an agricultural role-playing game. You get given a farm where you plant crops, tend to livestock, and my personal favourite, go fishing. You can make friends with the townsfolk, uncover minerals in the mines, and generally live the simple life in semi-rural bliss. You can think of this as Stardew Valley meets Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, this is super similar to Stardew Valley, even down to the egg hunt. However, here the entire event just plays out as a cutscene. You don't even get to hunt any eggs yourself. What's even the point?
At least the egg hunt in Stardew had some competition to it. And I think it's a good example of how this game feels a little undercooked and lackluster in comparison.
Well, Stardew Valley was actually inspired by the Harvest Moon games, which is the original series that Story of Seasons is a part of. In making Stardew Valley, developer Concerned Ape actually sought to improve upon some of Harvest Moon's shortcomings.
Yeah, but this game just came out. It's 5 years newer, so it should be 5 years better.
Absolutely. But in fact, everything here feels slightly worse, less polished or balanced. Even though it looks pretty good, the 3D graphics make it hard to accurately aim. I just want to harvest!
And the fishing is pretty repetitive. Press the button when the fish is white or blue to reel in extra fast, but not when it's red or your rod is likely to break. The pattern's predictable and it's all a bit of a snooze. But having said that, these games are super grindy and the formula is still compelling.
100%. I would wake up every morning and go, why does this game sprout so many trees? This is too many. And spend all day cutting them down, burning through my stamina. Yet I still go back for more.
Me too. I will spend ages collecting wood, then refining it in this super slow machine that can only process things one at a time, so that I can build a net that is single use. It is infuriating, and yet I want more.
I think that's because even when things are slow, there's still always progress. You invest time in your little plot of land and life ticks on with no real consequence. You take care of your animals and nurturing things to make them better just feels good. I'd still say Stardew Valley is my pick for this kind of game, but if you've already played that out or just like the 3D look, then this is still satisfying to play. So I'm giving Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
I think you're on the money there, Jem. It's a bit of a case of this style of game is really great, but this version of it is only okay. I think the only thing that Story of Seasons has over Stardew is that you can put a leash on your pet and then have them follow you around. Oh, I love you, Digital Boatmeal, who is the wrong colour. Although I never did figure out how to throw a ball for him, even though you can buy one. I'm also giving it 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Here on planet Earth, there are nearly 8 billion human beings. Among them walk a special breed who possess a unique and wondrous habit. These are gamers in the wild. For many, gaming is a solitary experience, but gamers are also quite social creatures on occasion. As they evolved, gamers developed a distinct language almost incomprehensible to non-gamers.
So then I was grinding the entire game, right? I'm totally OP. And then out of nowhere, I get completely pwned by some noob who's just camping the control point. It was ridiculous. And then everyone's like, oh, GG, easy, get good, scrub. What do you want, a potato? And I was all lag, BRB, TTYL, and GLHF with this griefer smurf, everyone. I mean, like 1v1 me any day, mate. I'll pwn ya.
Oh, rip. Hey, fancy little MK8 Deluxe?
Don't mind if I do.
Working together may benefit the herd in some cooperative games, but for many gamers, the thrill of head-to-head competition holds a unique and powerful appeal. Here, on the surface, we see a pair of gamers about to engage in a friendly karting race. But much more is at stake. This is a battle for dominance. The winner will emerge as the alpha gamer, earning bragging rights and status among their gamer pack. Perhaps an in-game trophy, too. The loser risks disappointment, or worse, being labeled a noob. It is common for gamers to attempt to physically influence the virtual world whilst gaming. Here we see a classic example. The gamers know motion controls are not enabled, yet they insist on leaning in a particular direction. A primitive yet frequent gamer habit. The race intensifies. It's a close contest in the final lap. The gamer currently in first place is confident of a win. But the dastardly blue shell can be the difference between victory and defeat. And even this skilled racer has found themselves pwned. Their pride is wounded. The winner celebrates with a ritual of triumph, performing a traditional victory dance. Thwarted gamer blames their controller, citing Joy-Con drift. A dubious claim that fails to convince. And so we observed the fascinating, unique, and colourful existence of gamers in the wild.
Okay, Jem, we've got loads of Ask SP questions to get through, as usual. So let's see who's the first crab off the rank.
You mean cab off the rank, right?
No, I mean crab.
Okay, well, let's start off with this video from Leo and Miriam.
Isn't that Darren's assistant?
No, that's Mariam.
Hi, GGSP. I'm Leo. And I'm Miriam. And I want to ask you, how do you get all the merchants in Minecraft Dungeons, and have you played Ace Combat 7?
And I would like to know, are there netherite achievements, and how hard is it to get netherite armor? Bye.
Thanks, Leo and Miriam. In answer to your first question about how to get all the merchants in Minecraft Dungeons, well, most of them need to be located and rescued from within certain maps before they'll set up at your camp.
That's right. The village merchant can be found in Creeperwoods, the gift wrapper in Soggy Swamp, the luxury merchant in Cacti Canyon, the mystery merchant in Pumpkin Pastures, and the blacksmith is in the Redstone Mines. So make sure you explore each of those areas really well.
Then there's the Piglin Merchant, which became available along with the Flames of the Nether DLC. You'll need to participate in an ancient hunt and score your first goal to unlock this one. It's possible there might be other merchants added with new DLC that we're yet to see too, I suppose.
Always possible. Now, have we played Ace Combat 7? Well, I don't think either of us have really played much of it, but I reckon Darren might have. He's played heaps of games. Let's ask him.
Hello, Darren speaking.
Hi, Darren. Just wondering if you've played Ace Combat 7 and what you thought of it, I guess.
Oh, affirmative. I have played Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. I do enjoy a bit of fighter jet fun. Pew pew! If you're already familiar with the Ace Combat series and its particular style of aerial combat, you will probably enjoy this installment too. The story is a little on the mature and serious side though, and it might be a tad tricky to get used to the controls if you're new to the series. But new players always have the option of trying an easier difficulty setting the first time around.
Nice tip there, Darren. Oh, and also, could you help us answer Miriam's question about whether there are any netherite achievements and how difficult it is to get netherite armor?
Oh, Mariam sent in a question.
No, Darren, this is Miriam.
All right, I was going to say, I'm always talking to my assistant, Mariam, about the nether. She just loves to absorb all my wisdom. Anyway, I believe Miriam is referring to Minecraft Bedrock here. And the answer is affirmative. There is a specific netherite achievement for obtaining a full set of netherite armor. Speaking of netherite armor, if you're wondering how difficult it is to get, well, I think most human players would find it a challenge. Firstly, because unless you're playing in creative or with cheats enabled, netherite itself can be quite hard to acquire. To craft it, you'll need ancient debris, which is difficult to come by, only mineable with a diamond or netherite pickaxe, and only found deep within the perilous nether. Woo! Once you do have some, and have managed to turn it into netherite scrap in a furnace, you then need some gold ingots to craft netherite ingots. And you need to combine those with diamond armor at a smithing table to create netherite armor. But if you're patient and persistent, over time I'm sure you can manage it. and the effort put in will make the achievement that much more satisfying.
You sure are neither right about that one.
I think you'll find I'm never wrong.
Oh, that's a good one, Darren. Well, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, well, let's move nether right along to this video, and this one comes to us from Yaya.
Hi GGSP, my name is Yahya and I have 2 questions for you. 1, what's your favorite map in Among Us? 2, is there any new updates in Ninja? Thanks!
Thanks, Yaya. Favorite map in Among Us? Well, they all have their strengths and weaknesses, and sometimes it depends on how many people you're playing with. But I might just go with the Skeld. It feels like the classic Among Us experience. It's easy to navigate and has a nice open layout. What about you, Jem?
Ooh, I'm quite fond of Polus myself. I love that lava. And it's pretty big, with lots of different tasks to do, so it's a good one to play if you have a full crew. Which is great for me because I'm just a solid, dependable crewmate getting through my tasks, you know?
That's just what you'd like us to think, isn't it? Oh, and there's the new airship map, which I'm yet to really sink my teeth into. It's got things like ladders and new tasks, so that could be pretty cool too.
Moving on now to whether there are any new updates in Ninjala. Well, I haven't personally returned to Ninjala in a while, but aside from general fixes and improvements, they seem to change things up with new theme seasons every few months. Each new season brings things like new stages, weapons, abilities, and sometimes new game modes. Season 5, I believe, is the most recent one and has a fairy tale theme.
And it looks like we have reached a fairy tale ending of sorts for this round of Ask SP. If you have a question for us, go here and send it in. And make it a video for the chance to see it on the show and score yourself all manner of GGSP treasures.
Ooh, fancy, fancy. So, Rad, I guess we better be the first crabs off the rank and head back to studio, right?
Yeah, now you're getting it, Jem.
Crab,
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 crab. Oh, walking like a crab is quite fun, really.
Well, we are at the end of another show, but looking to next week, we'll be having fun as a cloud of chaos in Rain on Your Parade. Plus, we'll see if we can pull off some crazy stunts in Satisfactory.
Also, Jem, I'm totally sure we can disable this silly alarm system.
I heard that. Really, it's for your own good. Look, I could explain it, but we really are genuinely out of time.
Okay, Darren, but next week you are explaining this. Until then, Gem out.
Rat out.
Darren out. Next week, I promise.